Today we're taking a look at a bald care system by Old Spice. Now, unfortunately, this won't really help you as a product review because they just discontinued it, and although you can still find bits and pieces of it, places like Amazon and eBay, they're no longer selling it, and I actually made a call, and this is what the customer service rep had to say.
Hello, thanks for calling Old Spice. My name is Kylie. How can I help you today?
Hi, I just have a quick question for you. I am currently doing a review of the bald care system, the 3-part, and I was just wondering, I can't find it. It's not available on Amazon or on your guys' website. Is that still a thing, or was it discontinued?
So I'm sorry. So after touching base with my accounting team, and so that line has been discontinued along with the thickening care collection as well.
Okay, so the whole line has been discontinued, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right, that's what I was wondering. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. No problem. You have a good one.
Yep, you too. Bye-bye. So there you go. Essentially, all 3 of these that I've been using for the last couple of months to do detailed reviews on each one for you is essentially tossed out the window, because no point in going into a really deep detail on each of these if you guys can't buy them. So what I am going to do in this video anyway is tell you guys a little bit about the product and tell you my thoughts on them, as well as why I think that they are now discontinued. Now, Old Spice's bald care system had 3 parts in it. The first is the cleanse that came in a plastic, of course, 17.9 ounce bottle. Guys, this thing is fairly hefty, and it even has a nice pump lid. Now, the cleanse is a daily wash with a light exfoliation, with one of the ingredients being aloe. Now, of course, this is super easy to use. It's just like all of your other shave creams. It says to wet your scalp with water, apply product, work into lather, and massage gently over scalp, and then simply rinse it out. Now, personally, I really liked the pump lid on this because when I have it sitting on the corner of my shower, it just sits there really nice. I don't got to pick it up or fiddle with it. It was just one pump and I had enough to cover the entire head. Now, as you heard, it says to lather it. However, this stuff doesn't really lather all that great, but it did well enough to get the job done. Now, the exfoliating beads in this are very, very small and kind of few and far in between, but because it is a daily scrub, I think I can kind of forgive it for being on the much lighter side of a scrub, as you don't want to be using a medium to coarse grit on your head every single day. Now, as far as the scent goes, it's kind of got that typical Old Spice scent. I don't know exactly what the scent is because honestly, it doesn't say anywhere at all on the front or the back of the bottle of what scent they're using, but it's Old Spice. And I found this scent to be a little on the stronger side for me, but it wasn't overpowering where I didn't want to use it anymore. Now, once you get done with cleanse, you then are going to move on to number 2, and this is shave. Now, shave comes in a smaller package at 10.9 ounces with an inverted flip or pop style lid. And of course, the directions to this are fairly simple as well, with it stating to dispense a small amount onto your fingers, apply a thin layer into the areas of scalp to be shaved, shave, then rinse. Pretty self-explanatory. I didn't even read it till today, to be honest with you, because, well, it's a shave cream. They're all pretty much used the same. Now, as far as a shave cream goes, I have to say this is a pretty decent one for shaving a bald head, as it stayed on my scalp where I needed it to, as well as it gave the blade a really nice slick surface to get close to the skin without digging in anywhere. And of course, nobody likes to cut their head when shaving, so that was definitely a plus. So since we know that the product inside is fairly decent, I do have a small complaint about the outside, which is the packaging itself, right? So I don't like pop lids in the shower because if you have them sitting on the edge of the tub, all the water gets into the lid. Like, it will be half full with water. And to me, that just isn't appealing when you go and you open it up and you got cold, old shower water spilling out of it. Plus, if you did want to, let's say, apply a little bit more because you didn't apply enough, or you wanted to apply more for a second or third pass, you have to pick up the whole thing, which means that you got to put down your razor and all that, and then you got to pop the lid open, put a little bit more in your hand, close the lid, put it back down, and it's just kind of a hassle when you could have the same size container with a pump lid, and you could actually match the other 2 products in this system. So to me, it just doesn't make sense to go with a pop lid when it really should be a pump Now once you're done getting mad at that not having a pump on it, we go on to the third and last part of this system, which is Nourish. Now Nourish is a moisturizer that has a little bit of SPF 25 to help protect our noggins from the sun. Now you will notice that Nourish comes in a very small 3.4 ounce container, which you might be saying, why so much with others and not a lot with this? Well, honestly, I kind of like the fact that they didn't. And there's two reasons for that. One, you don't really use a lot of this at all. In fact, they've actually made it so that when you push down on the pump, just a little bit of this comes out, which is all that you really need for your entire head. I also like the small form factor because this is going to be one of the last things that you use. Meaning after you've gotten out of the shower, after you've shaved your face, brushed your beard, done up your mustache, whatever, and your head is dry, that is when you are going to use Nourish. So being able to just pop the lid on it here and throw it into your drawer that may have everything else in it is definitely nice to get it up and off of the counter and not have it take up a ton of room in a small drawer. Now I did not use a lot of this because my head usually isn't very dry or in need of more moisturizing. Now the handful of times that I did use this Nourish, I found it to be a nice product. It has a little bit of sting at first if you've got any spots on your head that are maybe a little bit closer than they should be, but that only lasted about a second or two, and then it just kind of felt like a nice moisturizing sensation on your head. And the last thing that I liked about this is my head. It did not add any additional shine, it didn't make it more matte than it normally is, so it kept it right about neutral where I like it. Now overall, I think they did a pretty good job with this bald care system. And I also think that they did a pretty decent job on the pricing as well. When I ordered this, it was right around $30. Now you might have the same reaction that I did, thinking that 30 bucks sounds like a lot. But when you look at the size of just these two, you're getting sometimes 2 to 3 times the amount in these than you are from some other products that are made specifically for shaving your head from some other brand. So when you look at it that way, it's like $10 a piece for all 3 of these products, which really isn't that bad for anything nowadays. Now you might be wondering, like I was, since these are fairly decent products, why did they stop making them? Well, unfortunately, I didn't think about asking the customer service rep that, and honestly, she probably wouldn't have any better guess than I do. So I didn't ask her, and I can't find a response or an answer to this from them anywhere online, which makes me think that it is purely a financial decision. These products have been out for just about a year or just past a year now, and they have investors and stockholders that they need to make happy. And so if a product isn't quite making up the numbers that they would like to see, investors and stockholders say, get rid of it. And from what I've seen, Old Spice is one of those companies that goes through quite a bit. And in fact, the bald care isn't the only line that they have recently put the axe to, as those that are blessed with hair had an option for a thickening system. And unfortunately, that is also getting axed. Although that is still on their website, and this stuff is not. So I'm not real sure how that works out, but that is right from the customer service rep as well. Now, as far as I can see, Old Spice did not do any ads for this. The most of a campaign that I saw was that they did push it for a very short amount of time if you search for head shave cream or bald head care, that type of thing on Amazon. And other than that, I never really saw any of this come up in my ads, in my feed, anything like that. Which is a real shame because there's guys out there that don't know that products like this exist for bald guys or for head shaving. And so I don't know if they really gave this a fair shake. And unfortunately, because of it, these just didn't hit their goals. But if you want to help me hit my goal, you can go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe for more head shaving content, mustache, beard, and face shaving content. And if you happen to be looking for a head shave cream, make sure to check out the video description below. As well as you can check out this video up here and see my thoughts on it. Down below, that's going to be a video that you may enjoy as well. Until next time, as always, you have a good one.